Okay, I'm going to show you how to do intarsia on a knitting machine. What I've done to start with is I've cast on a bit of knitting. I think it helps to have something to hang weight on. If you really have to start with intarsia, it might be best to start with waist knitting. I've put the two yarns I'm going to start with and I've pegged them to the knitting. I've actually pegged it to the clamp in this case, but either will do. And over here I've got my intarsia carriage ready to use. Now I've deliberately put that on the wrong side of the knitting because I actually want to start on this side, but the first move of intarsia carriage just selects the needles forward, ready for the next step. So I've got this set to 6, which was the same tension that I did the first bit of knitting on. So I haven't used this for a while, so let's see if it works. Okay, and so as you can see, all the needles are now ready to have yarn laid over them. Now you mustn't do this more than once, because if you do it the second time everything will fall off. And at this point, if you're doing anything that involves the row counter, you need to set the row counter back by one number, otherwise you'll be one out. Okay, so I'm going to lay the yarn over the latches, and this might be a little tricky because I've only got one pair of hands, so bear with me. Right, excuse me. I should also mention that I've actually got the yarn down by my feet, and I've got one either side, and that one's fallen over, never mind. And I have wrapped them like this, so I don't know whether you can see, the pale blue is all the way to the middle and then disappears, and then the dark blue carries on. Okay, nothing fancy in the middle. I've just literally started them. So my intarsia carriage. Now I need to do this, and I need to hold these ends loosely because they will need more yarn than is currently available, and if I don't hold them they could come forward and fall off. I'm not particularly worrying about whether the latches are open. I think they are all open, but that's just luck. So okay, so the first row is knitted across. Now the second row, you have to be careful to make sure that you cross the yarn in the opposite direction. So that's my dark blue. That's my dark blue there, and then I'm picking this up, the pale blue, and putting it over the rest. Okay, so right here they're kind of crossed. Okay, so sorry it's not a great quality, it's just a digital camera, so there you've got a very small cross, so it's basically weaving the two halves together as you go. So same again from this side. I'm picking this blue one up from underneath and putting it that way. Let's see, get this to focus. Yeah, like that. And I'm knitting it very carefully without holding the yarn. I need a cameraman, don't I? Okay, So the knitting is actually getting woven together up this centre line here. I'm going to do a bit more. You must be very careful when you're doing this not to miss a needle out, because you miss a needle out, that becomes a drop stitch. Pick that back up. I'm just doing a very basic 2 stripes. Got everything? Yes. Okay, I'm just going to leave the blue out now. And just do it with the pale blue so that you can see it. I understand this is the way old-fashioned carriages used to work before they invented the tension rest. So let's take that out of this equation. Okay, and this is what it looks like on the back. So you've got a little bit of weaving there between the 2 colours.